For anybody that's just joining us, I'm Nancy Sheet of Sheet Communications. I'm here with Holland Saltsman, the kick-ass bookstore owner of the Novel Neighbor in St. Louis, and we're just chatting about, staying successful during COVID as well as looking toward the holidays. But what one of the things you and I've talked about that requires a little bit of explaining is, what does it look like if people want to support indie from far away? They might not necessarily have that relationship with you, or and I guess that other point is the default is always to click on that Amazon, right? So what's another way people can support independent bookstores, be it you or be it their local one, with maybe, but they want it to be really easy?
Okay, so a couple different things. One, support us anytime, anywhere. Novelneighbor.com, shop. There's a little button. We'll help you in any way we can. However, if you have a local indie, I'm sure they're suffering and they need your support as well. So call them. Or what we're trying to talk about is tell your relatives you want them to support local. So if you live in St. Louis, you tell your relative, you tell grandma who's in New York to buy you a gift card to Novel Neighbor, but vice versa. You tell, if you're living in Indiana, I forget what the city is where my good friend runs Wild Geese Bookshop. And so if the kids live there, you buy a gift card for them there, and they can either pick it up or have it mailed and things like that. So first of all, let people know if you're going to be getting some gifts from them, you want local. You want local. So also just tell people who are giving you, be bossy this year, and just say, I'd love for a gift card for any one of these stores, or I'd love this. So a lot of the bookstores have websites. However, sometimes it can be tricky. Our sister Ashley, I don't know how that comes across, how I say it with my accent.
Ashley
lives in Louisville, and she's part of this great book club, and they've got some good bookstores, but she certainly wants to support her sister, which is always appreciated. But a lot of times I don't maybe have a dozen books in stock that she's going to get for her book club and things like that. So there's this thing called bookshop.org that phenomenally serendipitously, started in January, that I heard about it at a conference that I was at. Thank God for it. It has helped so many indies. And so bookshop.org is simply, it is like Amazon books only that supports indie booksellers. So if you want a really easy experience, any purchase made is split between independent booksellers. So if you go to bookshop.org today and just buy a book for you, wherever you are in the world, and just on their general page, we all get a percentage of a percentage of a percentage, but it adds up. Right. Now, we can also have a storefront on bookshop.org. This is different from your storefront on your own webpage. And so
this is where it gets a little meta and tricky, but I think it's important.
Not too tricky. Yeah.
Don't send Holland an order for 12 of the same books.
Yeah, you can, mostly if you live here and things like that. But anyway, but sometimes I will refer Ashley to go to bookshop.org, search Novel Neighbor, order the books from there. I get less of a percentage than if she would have shopped directly on my site, but I don't have to touch the order. The order gets processed by someone else, it gets fulfilled, it gets shipped by someone else, and she gets her books. And I get a bigger percentage than the big old, because I have a shop set up within Bookshop. This was a savior for so many stores that didn't have their own website for shopping.
Yeah.
It doesn't cost us anything to have a website with a store with Bookshop. And so I get like 25% of my sale of the book from Bookshop, as opposed to 100% of my sale through my website. But sometimes it's just easier.
Yeah.
If it's a multi-order or you need it going 10 different places, sometimes it's just easier. But you could send anybody, I think you and I talked about, they're putting gift cards out soon. So you could send anyone a gift card to bookshop.org, and they can shop generally through the site, or they can name their indie. And you just go on and you search your indie, and then that's who you can shop through. But what else is so important about this is just changing the messaging. So when you're wanting to share a book with somebody on Facebook, I read this great book, and your automatic default is to go to Amazon and share the link. Amazon doesn't need any more attention. Everyone knows about Amazon. Everybody knows how to get to Amazon. So you go to Bookshop, and type in the title and share the bookshop link, because everybody who does that starts spreading the word about supporting indies and gets us away from automatically, like we've all been programmed. We've just all been programmed.
I'm going to interrupt for 2 seconds. Well, I'm going to add, not interrupt. I'm going to add to that. So what that looks like from my end, right, in working with authors and writers is a couple of things. One, I want them now to make sure on their book pages of their websites that they have a bookshop.org link, right? Like, so again, training people to think that way. But now, you know, an author typically would have a book page that says, here's the Amazon link, here's the Barnes & Noble link, here's the Google Play link. So I'm trying to advocate for, let's put the bookshop.org, you know, up there. And I think the other thing that I want to say to people, you know, you and I both know lots of book people who aren't writers and authors, who aren't bookstore owners, but, and I don't want to take away from, you know, your storefront, but people who are really book people can actually go in, like I can go in and have my own storefront on bookshop.org if I want. So as a person who's recommending books, or I haven't really fleshed, you know, made mine pretty, but I was just going to go in and like put all my clients' books on one page. So, you know, if you want to shop my clients, here they all are on my bookshop.org page. But I just, you were explaining it to me way back when. I was like, wait, this sounds too good to be true. I can't believe this, you know. And again, I just think it's that awareness and changing the narrative of there is another way to do this and be supportive. So
they've been really advocating, and bookstore owners are really advocating as well, because it benefits us every time that Amazon does not get a click. I mean, just in general, if we could, sorry, I've got a weird bug in here. So, but we really, they've worked with like the New York Times, they've worked with the Post, they've worked with BuzzFeed, they work with and we're all, you know, I think I even tweeted or emailed Skim. I mean, I get like the daily Skim of kind of news. I think I emailed them or tweeted 14 times. It was like, please link to Bookshop, support indies, please link to books. And they now go back and forth. But I was saying, not just do that to support us, you get a higher percentage as an affiliate, like you were talking about.
Yeah.
I don't know if people know that. Like when the New York Times sends you to an Amazon link, New York Times is getting some money, as they should. They work hard.
Right.
Newspapers need money. But if they, with their gazillion followers, could link to Bookshop and still make money, a little bit more of it, and they're supporting indies, win, win, win.
Super win. Total win.
Super win.
Super win. Well, it's complimentary.